Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and got a good one for you today. Not the southern tip of Newport, right before the harbor, and just want to share a few things with you. Great story that I came across today, which is recession. Not if, when we're going to have it, but this leads to the banking issue, and this affects all of us around the globe. And it's not just uh, the money we have in the bank, but it's how they're going to report all this moving forward. Plus, we've got a sponsor today, Recharge Resources. Please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. But let's get into it. At the end of last year, we heard the shenanigans about how the Biden administration had wanted to get a report on every transaction that was above $600. And what they did was they settled for lowering the 1099K provisions for credit card usage and collectors of payments, whether it be Venmo, whether it be Cash App, Zelle, whatever. They've now decided that they're going to report everybody with a 1099K for everything over $600 a year. Now, you can sit there and think that this is no big deal, but think of all the things that you've purchased online over the course of just the last couple months. There are vendors out there that you have no idea, but they're going to get reported with a 1099. I'll give you an idea. My friend has a cleaning lady, and he's been paying her with Venmo for the longest time. All of a sudden last month, hey, they started taking fees out because you're a business, and we're reporting this. And she was livid. What are you doing? Well, you have to report this as income. And I don't care if you report it or not. That's on you, but you need to report this because he gave it to her and he's paid her for this. Think of all the transactions that you have now that are going to be reported. It used to be that you would get a Form 1099K if you had $20,000 and 200 transactions. That's what it would take. So, not anymore, guys. It's completely a mess. And the banking, the IRS, they have all these reporting requirements that you need to record this stuff as a side hustle or as a service or as a business. And the best thing to do, guys, is go out and file a DBA, a doing business as form in your county, and have a separate checking account for this and record this as a real business, because you're going to be paying taxes on this. Now, the worst part about this is that people are going to go file their taxes at the end of 2022 and 2023, and they're going to go get a refund, and all of a sudden the IRS is going to go, woo, 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 woo. Stop, pay us back that money. And a lot of people don't think about this. That's Balboa. That's the pier. Not a really big pier, but it's got the rubies at the end of it. It's kind of fun. This is one of those walkways. It's really cool. That goes out in the sand. And it's just beautiful. So this is going to happen, guys. And the IRS, they did this and they snuck this under everybody's nose, but you have to be prepared for this, because if you're not keeping records of this, you get multiple 1099s. You could have multiple sources of income. And if you're not keeping the expenses and what was brought in and who paid you, man, it's just going to be, you're going to be paying taxes on this. And that's what they're trying to deal with. The small vendors that, sell at the art show, people that have garage sales, people that do side hustles and sell things online through Etsy and all these places, get ready, guys, because if you've made $600, you're going to be paying taxes on that. And this has spread to the EU, and the EU has done something that leads to crypto. Imagine this. Every transaction in crypto in a non-hosted wallet. In other words, if it's not by an exchange, if you think you're hiding it, they're saying, wait, for you to bring this money onto this, we want to know where this money came from, and we want you to report every transaction. Now, you can say, hey, Dan, this is what's happening now. It is happening now. And the people that are out there that think that they've got, millions of dollars in some type of crypto wallet that's hidden from everybody, and they're going to hide it from these different places, the IRS is onto you guys. And the IRS wants their fair share right now. That's what they're trying to get. So any transaction over $1,000, they're trying to, 1,000 euros, excuse me, they're trying to get this reported. Now, what's interesting about this, seriously, is the way that people are complaining about this. Brian Johnson, the CEO of Coinbase, is stepping forward and saying, hey, this isn't fair. What if you sent your brother money? Well, if you sent your brother over $600 through the course of the year, he's going to be paying taxes on that. If it's over $1,000, they said, what if it's for groceries? You're going to have a problem with that. One thing that people have done to try to get out of the Venmo situation is you put happy birthday or happy anniversary on the payment. Only problem is it works once. If you pay the same vendor more than once and you have a birthday and anniversary, I love you, congratulations on your graduation. Come on, guys. They're going to catch on to that too. So this is something that's going to be a mess. In the farm communities, in the small communities, in the South, I always have people write me that, hey, I sell everything from my jams, I sell livestock, I sell things just to other farmers. Not anymore, guys. That's a business as far as everybody's concerned. So get ready and share your thoughts on this, but this is gonna be a problem that nobody's expecting. And originally, the big problem was going to be every $600 transaction was going to be reported, and the Biden administration backed off on that and just says, okay, fine. All these banks and all these cash programs are going to have to give some type of payment clarification through the Form 1099-K. So people are going to get these and they're not going to know what to do with it. Talk to your accountant, talk to your financial advisor, and handle this right away. Let's talk about our sponsor, Recharge Resources. Their ticker symbol is RECHF. And you guys have wanted different things in the past. You've reached out. Well, this is a lithium cobalt play. And this stock is under 25 cents a share right now. And think about this. The demand for batteries right now in the lithium space is so high right now. When you look at green energy and you look at what's needed over the course of the next 10 years, there is not enough product in this space to meet the demand. Basically, it's like we're like 16 times the demand of what's available right now. So when you hear that, you look at different plays like Recharge Resources as something that could be an explosive growth company. Now, I'm not giving you financial advice, do your own due diligence on this, but this is one of those things that's absolutely fascinating when I looked at this. Now, when you look at a company like Recharge Resources, you've got to look at the industry that they're in. The battery industry as a whole in 2020 was over $15 billion. Incredible. Now, when you look at the future, 90% of all the battery usage will be in electric vehicles in the future. And, you need cobalt, nickel, lithium, manganese, and graphite for this production, which is everything that Recharge Resources is into. Now, when you look at other EV car companies, not just Tesla, but let's look at Rivian, who's a player in the industry right now. Robert Scaringe is the CEO of the company, and he steps forward and he says, listen, the production that we have only 10% of what we need right now to meet the demand. Now, you can like electric vehicles, hate electric vehicles. The future is going to be electricity. Right now, state of California just said, hey, we're going to get rid of diesel trucks and we're going to have it go all electric. The demand for a company like this is explosive. Now, once again, I'm not giving you financial advice. Do your own due diligence, but you've got a company that's under 25 cents a share right now. So you need to take a look at things like this as far as being in your portfolio. Bob Kudla, who I've had on the channel a few times, has talked about the future. And two of the most explosive things he said were going to uranium and going to lithium. So this is the future, guys. Take a look at it. Now, the use of lithium in the industry, lithium ion batteries are the best batteries because they maintain the charge the longest. And it's one of these technologies that you guys have bought things with a lithium battery before. And compared to a conventional battery, they last so much longer. The charge doesn't wear down. You can get more usage. It will charge faster too. Now, the other component to this is nickel. Nickel is needed for the high density and high connectivity with these batteries. And that's what Recharge Resources does. Take a look at RECHF, Recharge Resources, today. And again, this is one of those plays that when you look at lithium batteries, the demand's going to go up. And by 2050, it'll go up 90%, another 90%, guys, in the next, 28 years. This is going to be incredible. And the demand is only going to go up. Now with lithium production, it's kind of fascinating because 65% of all lithium produced goes towards batteries, and the majority of that goes towards EV cars. 18% goes towards ceramics, tiles, and different ceramic products around the globe. 5% goes towards glass production. Now, you have to look at experts. Recharge Resources has mines in Argentina. And Brian Widmer, who is the head of metals for Bank of America, has stepped forward and he says, wait a second, if we didn't have Argentina right now for lithium, there would be no car production. So what you need is one of these small miners like Recharge Resources, who's cash rich, who is moving forward with acquisitions and getting positive notes on all their mines. You need to take a look at this because this is something that could be explosive. But when you just look at the industry as a whole, and you've got a player like this that's got great management and a solid team, take a look at Recharge Resources. Now, Recharge Resources is capitalizing on a massive movement in this industry of EV cars. They've got multiple projects that could have lithium, cobalt, and nickel. And all they have to do is just prove what's there. It's kind of exciting. They've got all these test drilling and all the results are fantastic. They could be explosive between now and the first quarter of 2023. It's a company that you need to take a look at. Now, the lithium market, analysts have said that this could be a $1 trillion market by 2035. Think about this. Plus another analyst, a stock analyst that covers Recharge Resources, they say that the stock could go up to $1.15 a share. That's 5 times the stock price right now, guys. That's what I like to look at. I like to look at the analysts that say that this company could have explosive growth. So you've got something that's under 25 cents a share. Take a look at RECHF today, but look at the industry, guys. It's not hocus pocus. Lithium is going to be used. I've looked at getting an EV car and, maybe not for me. What I have looked at, though, is the electric boats like the Duffy and the electric carts and things like that to go around the yard and stuff like that. I think those are awesome right now. And I think that, as you look at the length of time that you can get with a lithium battery, it's only going to grow, guys. The friend of mine, Chris, he's looking at getting an electric motorcycle that's lithium powered with the battery. I think it's awesome, man. So, let me know what you guys are thinking about this, but take a look at RECHF today because, again, growth industries. Look at people that have said that what the future is going to hold. And the future is bright for lithium right now, nickel and cobalt, which is everything that RECHF does. So take a look at them today, guys. Explosive growth potential, the right industry at the right time. Take a look at Recharge Resources today, guys. Without these key components, there is no electronic car industry. This company could be explosive. Take a look at them today. The ticker symbol RECHF, guys. Do you guys remember when Bernie Madoff went down, got arrested, and all the stories started to come out? Then you had all the movies, and all the books, and everything about this. And it started with one financial investigator who said there's no way that you make money month after month after month. It's just impossible. You have to have ebbs and flows with an industry and go down. But what we found out at the end was that Bernie Madoff was such a scumbag that he went to his friends and said, listen, I need money. I need real money. I need $250 million to make payments and to make payments for people that wanted to withdraw their funds. And he would use his friends' money to pay off, other investors that were going to sue him and were going to yell and scream. Now remember, this was during the last economic downturn that the Bernie Madoff situation went down for the count. Now, flash forward to Scam Bankman-Fried, and this guy, he just ran it's the exact same thing. It was an exact Ponzi scheme that they used for their own slush fund to buy his family stuff. It was crazy. But what happened over the weekend is nuts. Kevin O'Leary stepped forward, and Kevin O'Leary said, listen, I tried to raise $8 billion to save the the FTX exchange. This guy is not doing himself any favors. He was a private investor. He also convinced people to get into this thing. But what was worth saving, guys? Seriously, imagine saying you were trying to raise $8 billion to help Bernie Madoff. When you read the bankruptcy filing for FTX, it is a joke, guys. There is no business there. There's no business. This was a slush fund to finance their lifestyle. That's it, and take your money. They didn't even have an area to buy Bitcoin. Certain cryptocurrencies that they sold in the exchange, they didn't even have a way of recording it because they were never buying it. They were taking people's money and then printing statements up. It's criminal activity times 10, but Kevin was going to sit there and try to raise money to save this. What were you trying to raise? Seriously, this is going to go down. I mean, if Kevin O'Leary is on Shark Tank next season, I will be shocked, because this is done. And for him to talk about how he was trying to save the day because he's so arrogant. One thing about super rich people that are arrogant, like Mr. Wonderful, is that they know more than you and I do. They're smarter than you and I do. They're better people than you and I do. You don't have to ask them. They will tell you this. And the problem with this is that this guy is a complete degenerate. This guy was trying to raise $8 billion. There was no company there. There was no exchange there. This was this fat, ugly dude with man boobs. Again, never trust a guy with that many man boobs, a big, degenerate stealing from everybody. So, yeah, okay. How's it going, guys? All right, share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. I'm going to end this video with these last couple stories. Have you guys ever had a company car with a company? I've had many jobs as sales reps for many different companies and had company cars. And every now and then, they would give you a hard time and try to take the cars away. One time they took the cars away and gave us car allowance, and a lot of us were making more money because we didn't have big car payments, and they were paying for our gas. So we were making out, by like $500 a month by driving our own vehicles. It was great. Great story out of the UK where power company says, hey, we're getting rid of all company cars. So then they switched to mileage and they switched to paying expenses. And about 8 weeks into it, they realized how expensive it was to cover all these costs over just buying the cars outright like they did before. So it's fascinating. And share your experience with that one. The numbers are out from Tesla. And again, they're the number 1 electric car company in the world. But here's the thing. Their market share is eroding. And by 2030, at the latest, they're only going to have 25% of the market share. There are going to be hundreds of EV car companies that they anticipate. And again, it goes into our sponsor, Recharge Resources, guys. Take a look at that. Take a look at the Tesla story because it's fascinating. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.